Hello, 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 and welcome back to the StrawHatLucas YouTube channel. It's me, StrawHatLucas. How are we doing today, guys? I'm, of course, joined by my brother in arms, the ever-present Kube of the Red Sea, the historian of the One Piece community. How you doing today, Mr. Kube?
Hey man, listen, I'm doing fine. You know, it's a special type of. I mean, it's a one stream out of the year every time bingo. So I'm quite excited. It's such a unique stream. You know, it's always fun to talk about stuff that potentially will happen, will not happen. So it's like where our imaginations could just go free. We're basically we go Gear 5. So
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, we go Gear 5. We're going to be reading out some bingo cards, of course, from ourselves, myself and Kube, that is, and from members around our communities and stuff like that, friends, people who drop them in the Eternal Dawn Discord, that is the One Piece Discord that Kube and I run. What up, Ghost Train of Thought in the chat? We love Ghost. That's my boy, Ghosty with the mosty. Love to see you here, brother. But yeah, so we're going to get through this, or get into this, reading some bingo cards. We're going to start tonight, Kube, with good friend, co-host of a podcast I do known as the 3-episode test, SSJ8 Cody. This is his big bingo card for 2026. Let's dive right in. Are you ready, Kube?
Yep.
He is ready. Let's go. All right. Square one is Blackbeard off screens, a character. I can see this happening. I'm down for it too, actually. Kuma wakes up. I almost put this on my bingo card myself. I think that I had put Kuma dies last year on my bingo card. That did not happen, obviously. But I think that with Oda's, like, he doesn't go for death often. So I could definitely see him kind of giving us a Hail Mary on Kuma and bringing him back to the story in some capacity. So Cody, go to pick here as well. A double page spread. Yes, Cody and I both want this. My man's spitting already, and we're only 3 squares in. I want a true huge double page spread from Oda as well. Cube, also feel free to jump in if any of these strike your fancy.
No worries. I'll let go because we have a few of them. Those ones they're great. I'm just listening to them.
Oh, of course.
Pushes to discussion.
Yeah, if there is, just jump in, okay, brother?
Yep.
Gotcha. Square 4 is Zoro will turn his blade black. I think this is a pretty common take. We're all waiting to see it.
I assume it's Wado Ichimonji.
I guarantee it'll be Wado. When he does turn a sword black, like a blade black, I guarantee it'll be Wado. I could not see it being anything else. But yeah, go to picks again. Usopp wins a fight. I'm here for it. I need Usopp to do anything. It's been since Dressrosa. Actually, that's not true. Everyone always says that he did some stuff in Wano. Not much, but some stuff. Sanji awakens COC. Gang, baby. Gang. Yes, this is on my bingo card as well. We'll see that later. Bonnie loses a fight. Cody, Bonnie took a lot of L's in Egghead. I don't think we need to see her take any more losses. I'm not gonna lie. That said, if it happens, it happens. You get to mark it off. Not leaving Elbaf. Ooh. What do you think, Hugh? You think we're leaving Elbaf this year?
No, I'm still shocked the fact that Cody wants a 12-year-old to get beat up. Just saying that, but that's all. No, honestly, I'll be honest with it. It's what makes me think of Dressrosa, which I've been weekly for a very long time, ever since pre-time skip. And Dressrosa, after the flashback, it took a full year to get rid of the whole Dressrosa stuff.
Yeah,
there's a lot of similarities. So I do feel like and Dressrosa had literally a flashback of three different perspectives: heroes, Law, and the Flamingo. Here you have 3 different perspective flashbacks. So that's why I do think that basically we might be talking about leaving Elbaf at the end of the year, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll still be on there most of the year.
Yeah.
I do agree.
I do as well. I don't think we're going to leave it. I have where I think we're going to go next. Or at least where the crew is going to declare where they're going next on my bingo card. But I don't think we will necessarily leave Elbaf. We may get a declaration of like, hey, we're going to this place or that place. But I don't see us leaving off of the shores of Elbaf till a little bit into 2027. Emu face reveal, daring, and I love it. I won't lie. I would love to see Emu's face finally. I think it's something we're all looking forward to as well. Dory dies is wild. I don't even want to speculate on that, my man. No, I can't have either of the ogres die, please. Dory and Brogy are the best. Smoker panel, listen, Cody, I love you to death, brother, but this one's the one that's cope. Smoker ain't doing nothing this year. I don't think we'll see Smoker again until the final war, or just before the final war. Maybe with something with sword.
Listen, I'm with you. I don't think we'll get any of Smoker this year, but I do. We'll see him. We'll see him in an arc before the final war. I do feel like he'll definitely be in an arc. I don't see him just appearing now of all things. Like what he's gonna do, and why would he show up? So.
Yeah, of course. LOL is alive confirmation. I've seen this on a lot of people's cards. I think it's something that everyone's kind of hoping for, is just to see something, because we do have confirmation he escaped the fight, but we don't know if he made it through. You know what I mean? So I would love to see that. Then of course we have the free space.
If I'm not mistaken, I think it was kind of, I'm not going against people, but I'm pretty sure it was, they kind of implied that he was alive because we saw him listening to Vegapunk's message. Remember during the reaction piece, we see him listening. Yeah,
he's listening in.
So for me, that's for like that. Again, I do know what he means. I think confirm alive. I think we get some news about Law. I think that's what he means. But yeah, I feel like it was confirmed he's alive.
Yeah. Kid, however, at the bottom of the ocean. Month-long break. I mean, that's a pretty safe guess. That's an easy square to get. Yarul dies. Ooh. I've had some mixed feelings about Yarul recently. Obviously, spoilers up to the most current chapter of One Piece. I've not read spoilers for the newest one, so please none of those in the chat. But Yarul dies, I think, with everything going on and what we've just learned of Yarul and like how much he did care about Loki and like covering this up for him. I really would hate to see that. Once again, though, it's Oda. It's One Piece. Is he gonna take anyone out? That's always the big question.
I want to give a shout out to Malevolent Sponge. I think he wrote one of the most funniest comments. You should go ahead and mark Blackbeard's off-screen a character. That's literally his devil fruit.
That is 100% his devil fruit. Next up, we have Saul wins a fight, and I would like to see this as well. Saul take down somebody. This would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Then he put Gunko will die. He spelled it Goonko though, because it's Cody, and we love Cody to death. This is one of the reasons why we do love Cody. Goonko is hilarious. But has Goonko will die. Now, I don't know about this. With her ties to Brooke, it could be very tragic if that is the case. But I feel like we need to get a little bit more from her before anything like that could happen.
I'll be honest with you. Even with that, I don't think so. Revealing, like, we didn't see Gonko in the flashback of, with Emu, in this flashback.
Yeah.
The way he's doing it, it doesn't, like, best example is Pedro.
Yeah, Pedro.
We barely got the flashback, like, no clear. The only thing we knew that he connected to the Roger Pirates, Roger, a guy that we know who's dead,
Yeah.
So the fact that he's trying to spend so much with Gonko, I mean, I consider dying before the end of the story, sure. I think she's like, will they save her or not? It will be one of those stories where Oda will keep. It's like Bonnie with Kuma, ever since Sabaody, where every 5 arcs you got something where Bonnie would cry about Kuma, and you would say, "What are the relation? Why is she so affected by Kuma?" I think it could be something like that, we directly get a payoff and we're able to free her, and the story just progresses on our side. But yeah, I just don't see her dying.
Of course. Yeah, neither do I. No Yamato cover story. I think this is hilarious. This is obviously a shout at vexyz, the Lurking Legend, another co-host of the 3-episode test podcast, and former member of TED, the server that Kube and I run over there. Good friend of both of ours. He wants 5 more years of that Yamato cover story. So seeing this on Cody's bingo card is quite funny to me. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want Oda to do a viewer request of Yamato and to see, like, just so he can mark this off, because I mean that counts kind of. Loki and Hydruden team up. I am so fucking here for this. We discussed this a lot in our last chapter discussion when we talked about 1171. That with how things are going currently in the story, it seems like that will be the take that Oda does, is that, you know, they will kind of join together and become the next leaders of Elbath and the new Giant Warrior Pirates. So a good pick, Cody. Cube, you gotta give me something here. Why are you being so quiet, baby? Smile. No.
because I'm letting you speak. I mean, for me, the Loki and Hydruden team up is obvious. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to
Here?
jump up.
Or you had
Yeah, no, I dropped something off of the corner of my desk and had to grab it.
Like,
Don't
no
worry,
worries,
chat.
man.
I didn't disappear forever. Not yet, at least. Loki Hydruden team. Arouge returns. This is a fan favorite. Was on a bunch of bingo cards last year and the year prior, actually. So I can see it. Vegapunk.
Lucas, you're mistaken. He's not talking about your Rouge. He's talking about this character I've never heard of, your Rogue return. So I don't know what you're talking about, your Rouge. But just kidding.
Vegapunk full return. I would love to pick Cody's brain about what he means exactly by this.
I
I'm
think it's
guessing
a complete
he means,
Vegapunk.
yeah, like completely returning all of his pieces together. Yeah, which
Yeah,
would be
the full.
Ooh.
Yeah, the full makes me think that.
Yeah. Underworld lore, which I like this one a lot because I would love to learn more about Elbaf's underworld. I think this is something I would like to see Oda explore a little bit. So good on this one, Cody.
Yeah. I do like it because I didn't put that in my bingo, but I've always liked with last year the reveal of what during the flashback what Harold was doing. I would love the idea to reveal that Harold is one who created the underworld in the underworld, you know, the black market, because he had to create the underworld to be able to function with other countries. So I like that way.
Well, no, not that underworld. He's talking about the underworld of Elbaf, like where Loki is.
No, but what I'm saying is this. What I'm saying. I'm saying that because of what Harold, what we saw of it is, he literally created that black market underworld in the underworld originally, as you know, what I mean, as a way to to work with other nations. That's what I'm saying. Like they have it connected between both. Like they named it after the area, the way they were doing it, those dealings.
Brother,
the black market.
You're coming in like you're on old time radio right now. I can hear what you're saying, but it's coming in like real.
Is it better now?
A little bit, yes.
Can you get? Yeah. I was saying no. What I'm saying is they're both connected. The black market. I want to get it revealed that the black market is called the underworld because it was a business created by Harold in the underworld on Elbaf. So they just took the name of the area where they were doing dealing. You know, like there's a reason why they're both called the underworld. Because what he was doing. So I like this one because I do think they're connected. I don't think it's random that the black market is called the underworld and Harold was doing the exact same thing 70 years ago. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Vibey. I feel you. No, I would love to get more underworld lore because like what we got, all we got of them was a little bit in Dressrosa and then mentioned in Whole Cake as well. Like I think we saw a couple of them in Whole Cake, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I would definitely like to get more on the Lords of the Underworld. I know that that's not who Cody's talking about right now, but nonetheless. Then we have Gabon will fight Sommers. I mean, that's a given as well. I think they set it up in God Valley. Like this is a rivalry that's gone on for a while. Luffy versus Emu. I think we will see the first meeting of them. I don't know if it'll be a full-fledged fight, but I think Luffy will shake Emu up a little bit, kind of like Rox did at first. Then Shanks appears. Always a good go-to on the bingo list. Let's go to our next bingo card now. Cody, goated picks for bingo this year. W-Mans.
Yeah, really good.
Next is our good homie Dexter. Dexter. Some of these are odd. So Dexter, let's read your bingo picks, brother. Usopp still shoots squirrel food. Yeah, so shooting seeds and yep, plants. Loki doesn't join the crew. Very fair. That was a pretty split divide right now in the fan base. Gunko joins the crew. I don't see this take very often. It does happen sometimes, but not often enough that I could speak on it properly. What about you, Cube? Any reason you think Gunko will join the crew? Obviously, there's a tie between her and Brooke, but I don't think that necessarily means she will join up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't see her joining the crew, but it's also like, I won't lie to you. In every arc since post-time skip, there's one character that's interesting. There's always someone's going to say to join the crew, so I don't see her joining the crew.
Yeah.
Is that enough?
Yeah, I don't see enough either. Next up is Ragnar is like Gaimon stuck in a hammer. This was written a couple weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. So we didn't know what Ragnar was yet, so this is sadly already proven wrong. Sanji doesn't get Conqueror's Hockey. Boo take Dex. Boo take. I feel the exact opposite.
Same thing.
That said, with what Rayleigh-san said, I can see where this argument comes from. Brooke, I've waited 50 years to see those panties. I'm guessing this is in reference to Gunko, which is kind of creepy because he knew her as a child.
Yeah. I'm not gonna comment on this one.
Yeah, neither am I. Ancient Lab is not relevant. That would be very Oda-like. Oda takes another Void Month break. We just saw this on Cody's. You will have that in the bingo stream when you're reading everyone's bingo cards. And some people do think similarly. That's what kind of makes the One Piece community so good, is how many of us have similar takes. And of course, those who have differing takes. That is also what makes it so good. Elbaf time skip. I think this could happen, actually. The more I'm looking at it, and the more I see the void between... you see what I did there? Void. Between Emu and Luffy, I definitely think this could happen. I think a time skip on Elbaf... I don't think it'd be 2 years. Maybe like 2 months. Like, all we have is this little bit. And then Luffy gets the crew. Like, I'm going to have to put you guys through hell and train you up. But I would love to see that.
So I could see a time skip. Like I said, I do like the 3 days because, 2 years, 3 days.
Yeah.
The reason why I don't want to put an emphasis of a long one is almost 3 months ago was Dressrosa, right?
Yeah.
In the world of One Piece. Look at everything that's happened. I could not see the Straw Hats if it's this race right now with what Vegapunk's message said, that the God's Knight, the Revs, the Blackbeard Pirates, all the other pieces are going to be in slow pace. So that's why I could see a time skip, but I don't see a very long one because the world is not going to stop.
Yeah, that's how I feel. And with everyone rushing, like Shanks is actively going for the One Piece. Several other factions have admitted, Buggy, we're going for the One Piece. Everybody has declared it. Luffy's going to be the last one to declare it. And it's going to happen sooner than later. So, like, I think in Elbaf time skip, like I said, it'd have to only be like, we got 2 weeks instead of 2 years this time, or something like that. I would accept that.
If you think about it,
because Luffy's such a good captain, and with how serious he's taking being a Yonko, and like we've seen him like being more respectful with what he did with Saul, and then we saw him listening to Loki's backstory as well. I really do think that if he wanted to pull the crew together and like teach them how to, use hockey, then good.
Yeah, I was going to just make a case. I'm pretty sure with the Egghead arc, all the 4 Yonkos at one instance made claims to go after the One Piece. Luffy's at the end of the arc, remember, with the Giants?
Yeah.
So.
I don't think he did. Okay. I don't think Luffy did. If he did, someone dropped the chapter in chat. But I don't think he declared himself that he was going for it, even after they were on the ship to Elbaf.
Remember, he says that I don't care if later on you all become my enemy. I'm the one who's gonna get it.
Drop it in the chat.
To it. He doesn't say. Yeah, I'll find it in the chat.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go forward now. No carrot panel at all. Sorry, Mr. Bushido. Dexter says no carrot panel for the next year of One Piece. Kaido gets back up. I know everyone's gonna hate me when I say this. I think Kaido's done for. I don't want to see him back in the story. His arc felt complete. We needed more background story on him. We got some of that within God Valley, so I don't see what he could add to the story by coming back. Big Mom, yes, because Luffy did promise to kick her ass and never did, but I don't see Kaido coming back. Like, probably still alive, but I don't see him coming back to be relevant within the story again. And that's a hot take a bit, but I don't care. Anyway, Free Space. This one is quoted by... Oh, go ahead.
No, wait. Where's the image? Okay, I dropped it, and it was from chapter 1124. It's the end of the chapter. I'll read it so you don't have to read on stream. Vegapunk basically said, "Whoever finds the One Piece will shake the world, right?" Yeah, that's where you set sail in the first place. I don't care if you're with me or against me, because I'm definitely gonna become king of pirates. That's for me implying that he's going after the One Piece.
Yeah, but we haven't still. Yeah, he still hasn't declared fully. I'm going for it like everyone else has. Oops.
I mean, it's a thing of the interpretation, but I do think that's his way. But no worries. So, which one you were saying? Which one?
I was saying next up is Harley text not brought up. I don't see this happening with how massive the Harley text were. I don't see them not alluding to them. I like I said, I think the ancient lab not being relevant would be that'd just be hilarious. That's very Oda like. But the Harley text, those have to be brought up again. Free Space, and then Shamrock loses his right arm. And it's quoted being from Kush, which is Reviews with Bro, the man who has his little music review YouTube channel. It's very good. Go over there. He's done some really good album reviews over there. Also, the co-host of Saturday Night Seinen here on the channel. We've been reading through 20th Century Boys for like a year now. We just did a stream recently going over a couple chapters. Yeah, really good. But Shamrock losing his right arm would be hilarious. Being the exact mirror to Shanks. Crew forgets Usopp on Elbaf. Definitely a troll take.
I don't see that happening.
No. Frankie gets Atomwood enhancement. That'd be pretty cool. Vegapunk gets aged up by Bonnie. Then Robo Nosuke fake out death. Isn't Robo Nosuke Frankie? No, he's Frankie Nosuke or whatever. Who's Robo Nosuke? Isn't that the guy on Egghead? Isn't that Emmett?
Yeah, that's why I'm looking. Yeah,
I'm very confused. He's dead already. What?
Yeah.
Kuma sits in a corner for the year. I could actually see this happening. It's a very One Piece.
Actually, I have a take because of how Kuma is. I do think he has an instinct now, to protect Bonnie.
Mm-hmm.
If it is Bingo, he is. It was Cody, but if there's something that happens to Bonnie, I think that's when he's gonna go. It's basically like think of Marineford. Pacifitas just went active at certain instances, but most of the time they were inactive. Whenever they saw a target, they would make a move and then they would go inactive again. And I think it'll be a similar thing, but it will be locked in onto Bonnie. Basically, he'll just be protecting Bonnie constantly, so I could see him make a move if something happens if they go after Bonnie.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I feel like Kuma's gonna do something, especially with Bonnie there and present and everything. Kuma's definitely gonna do something this year. Then we have Luffy forgets the flashback, which is very on brand for Luffy. Another troll take. Trump outlaws One Piece. I could see him do that. We hate One Piece. Monkey D. Luffy, bad guy.
Wait, so
took your sister from Doflamingo. Bad guy. Stop Tarlong.
I don't think he would forget. I don't think he would forget the flashback. Luffy forgets people, but not stories. Yeah. So that's why I cannot see him forget the flashback.
Then he has.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. Go ahead.
I said because he remembered Saul after 2 years.
Yeah.
Remember he heard the story of Saul after Enies Lobby, and he immediately knew who Saul was, and he knew remember even Pluton. So it's just people he forgets, not the stories.
Not the stories, exactly. No, I have to agree there. I don't think he's gonna forget the flashback. It would be very Luffy coded, but I don't know if he would. Opla main cast scandal. I could see that happening. That's kind of a Hollywood trope, especially here of late. Then we have Robin Devil Fruit Awakening. Please, yes, I've been asking for this for the past 2 years. Morgan's face reveal, and this one was quoted from vexyz, the Lurking Legend. If this gets a bingo, Dexter's a modern day prophet. Agreed. Agreed entirely. I would be so surprised. Gorosei cover story would actually be insane. I'm not gonna lie. A Gorosei cover story would be crazy. Especially if it started out with like 5 people and you couldn't tell they were the Gorosei until like the end of the cover story. And it's like them as children or something. We were just like, who are these kids we're following? That would be wild. Next up is Jacoby, one of the other co-host of our 3-episode test podcast. Let's go. Galley Law reveal. I'm assuming this means the ice giants, Galley Law, that are frozen within Punk Hazard. I would love to see this. I don't know if we're going to get it this year, but I think it will come eventually. OP anime simuldub. Yes, please. I would love to see simulcast dubbings of the One Piece anime. I love both the sub and the dub of One Piece. So yeah, I would love to see this. Brook revealed to be a blade of God. Ooh. I don't know. There's some evidence towards it with the way he spoke about Gunko. And knowing the God's Knights is a little sketchy. What do you think, Cube, about Brook being a blade of God?
My thing is, I do think he has much more direct connection with the God's Knights, because specifically in Sabaody, the moment they talk about Slasso Dragon, he said, "Oh, I'm just gonna be doing my own thing," and just disappeared for that little while. So it does feel like he was trying to be out of sight. And then when he realized that they were God's Knights, he was trying to hide his face towards them. I would like the idea of more like he's a fugitive from them more than a blade of God.
Yeah.
Who knows? But it is interesting.
It really is. Next up is Kid confirmed alive. Maybe. I hope not. No. Even as a Kid slanderer, I do think Eustace is an interesting character, and more than likely he will be alive and show up to do something within the final war.
I mean, we know one thing about Kid.
What's that?
That post-hand skip, he said, that's why he made the Sabaody moment with Luffy, Kid, and Law. Post-hand skip, he was going to do an emphasis on 2 specific characters, Law and Kid. He just decided to go with Law first because he was more popular. So we know we're going to get something out of Kid. There's a lore.
Yeah, that's true.
He's one of the 2 guys. He's one of so
yeah, one of the 2.
The question is what's going to be. That's interesting.
Katakuri versus Hachinosu. Yes, I would love to see this. I would love to see Katakuri rock up and try to get Pudding back. I think that would just...
I'm sorry. If he shows up while the Blackbeard Pirates are there, he's gonna get packed up. Even though I love Katakuri, he's gonna get packed.
I don't know. I feel like he could make it through. Obviously, he's not gonna win, but like I feel like he could make it through quite a few of them. Like, I'm sorry, I think he could tear through a handful of the Blackbeard Pirates.
If the only way that's possible if Blackbeard or Kuzan are not there.
Yeah.
Because
we already saw that Kuzan pretty much one-tapped the entirety of Whole Cake anyway. Like,
and then Kuzan was fighting with Garp, and then we know Blackbeard's level, and Luffy and Katakuri was having like, obviously he was stronger than Luffy defeated him. He took all the hits, sure, but he wasn't like 1,000 times faster or stronger than Luffy. He just had an edge on him all the time. He didn't have that much of an edge. And I don't see him being that person like Garp, walks almost everyone through Hashinosu.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Yeah, that's actually a really good pick. I would love to see something of that effect at least happen. Shamrock spoiled an anime intro. Such a good pick. Such a good pick. Mihawk first named attack. I would love to see that actually. Ooh, this is a good one too. Law picked up by Zunisha.
I agree on that one.
Yeah, that would be sick. Next is Fortnite X One Piece, like the Fortnite One Piece collab. I've heard this for years now. I don't know if it's gonna happen. I see a post on social media every other month about next month the One Piece Fortnite collab will be announced for September, or will be announced for August. So probably not. Big news, Morgan Fakes reveal. We had that in the last one as well. Joy Boy in the One Piece TCG. we have gotten some silhouettes of Joy Boy. It would be crazy to see him get an OPTCG card based on his silhouette. I won't lie. That would be kind of wild. I could see Rocks showing up in the OPTCG this year. Who knows, though?
But I have a question. Because of the art of OPTCG, wouldn't they wait until he's in the anime?
More than likely, yes. More than likely,
Yeah,
yes.
so my personal opinion is I could see maybe the silhouette of Joy Boy, possibly, but not Rocks because he's not appearing until 2027.
No, Ragnar, I agree, and Fortnite has partnered with Shueisha several times. I mean, Dragon Ball's in there, Naruto's in there. I think Bleach is as well. I only jump on Fortnite every few seasons, so I'm not too sure. But I do know that they do have a lot of anime crossover already, so I wouldn't be surprised if One Piece would show up in Fortnite. It's just the fact that it's been rumored so many times over the past like 2 years. I'll believe it once it's finally announced, kind of thing. Luffy and Bonnie use Gear 5 to flip Dory and Brogy. That is spicy. I mess with that so much. That is... Yeah, because I've been saying the whole time, obviously, I think Luffy is going to flip Dory and Brogy. But the fact that including Bonnie in that as well, and maybe even, I would love to see, dare I say, another Straw Hat maybe even join in the flipping as well. Like, imagine seeing Robin go Gear 5 and help flip one of the Giants, or Usopp, or Nami. You know what I mean? Like, that would be insane.
Dude, the one I'm thinking, and I think it can only be him, it would be Brook with the story of Gonko and the fact of what he said
I like that.
What he said about his downfall plus his musical talent to make, what was it in Fishman Island?
Ooh, dude, in Fishman Island when he Nika jumped.
He could even play tunes. No, but he even said it. He could play tunes to the unseen and to the unheard, which is literally Gonko's personality.
Yeah. Yeah. And technically, what's going on with people once they're in the flipped state, from what we know about Rocks and Harold. They're in control in their mind, or they have agency within their mind, but they can't control their actions. So like, that's cookie. That's cookie. Nope. Next up is Dofi is freed from Impel Down. This is one that's been going around for the past like 2 or 3 years. 36 plus chapters, crazy. That would be a crazy year of One Piece. That would be a very full year of One Piece. Opla at the Super Bowl. I know what this is. Me and Jacoby talked about this one a little bit. This is the final full trailer for the One Piece live action season 2 being at the Super Bowl this year because it's just right before it. This is a prediction that I'd made months ago. I mean, you know what's up, Cube. In our server, I've been saying for months now, before we even got the release date of the live action, it's going to be in like early March, late February, because Super Bowl is what their big marketing scheme will be. So I agree with this. I think that's right.
The Super Bowl is like a month before the OPLA, no? It's like
even shorter.
February,
it's 2 weeks.
I think it's February 8th. It's February 8th to February 9th.
Yeah, maybe. But it's usually, I thought when I looked up, it was like 3 weeks away or some shit like that. But either way, yeah. Makes a lot of sense. Biblo joins the Straw Hats. I don't know what to say for this one. Jacoby, man. What?
I never thought of it, but it would make perfect sense.
What?
I've always remember, think of it, Biblo was left behind, right? In his library of hearts, stuff like that. Whatever Robin is supposed to do is that she's supposed to be discarded to discover something. I'm wondering if, remember in Skypiea, the Shandorans were left in the temple, the ones who made to protect the poneglyphs. They were allowed to leave that area once Robin came. So I'm wondering, I never thought of it, but what if Biblo was supposed to wait for someone?
Mm-hmm.
And he will follow Robin, because of the whole thing with being a scholar, librarian, and everything.
Yeah.
So I could see it because of the Robin situation. Like he's been, remember Skype that David said to Robin, so you were the people we've been waiting for.
Yeah.
And we know that
people we've been waiting for.
I could see Biblo was left behind, so yeah.
Ooh, that'd be good. No new info on the Wit remake.
I disagree.
Yeah, I think we'll get something as well. Then is Bogard panel.
Yeah, sure. For what? Just see him look at us straight in our eyes.
Exactly.
No. Not even look at his eyes. See just his hat, because he never shows his eyes.
Yeah, he's just behind guard.
Yeah.
No new hockey feats from Sanji. I disagree with this. This was on another one as well. Not the biggest fan of this take. That's okay. Everyone can have their own opinions, of course. Scopper dies is wild. That would be wild. I don't see it happening, but it would be freaking insane if it did. Man with burn scar silhouette. I like this approach to thinking, because then even if we get the reveal, we'll most likely, because Oda has been heavy with the silhouette piece lately, we'll get him as a silhouette first. So I fuck with this. I fuck with this a lot. Zoro gets Dami Reversi. That would be insane. I don't see it happening, but it would be insane. Arouge reveal in Heaven Realm. So Arouge being within the Heaven Realm. Once again, the Arouge reveal, it's been a staple of the bingo piece for 3 years now. And then Elbaf ends to tie up Jacoby's bingo. Very, very good bingo card from Jacoby. Pretty well constructed, I won't lie. A lot of good takes on there. Number 4. This is going to be from Reviews with Bro, Mr. Kush Daddy himself, the main man, one of my favorite people in the whole world. Let's get right into it. We have Weevil update. So an update on the Warlord Weevil. Kush actually talked to me about this, and he brought up the fact that one of Oda's editors, when he heard about Weevil, looked at Oda, like, because he asked him, like, what's going on with this guy? What's his story? And Oda told him, like, what happens with Weevil. And he was just like, holy crap, this guy's awesome. So I need to know what Oda's editor found out to make Weevil awesome. So I would love to see an update on our guy, Edward Weevil. Robin's dad reveal. You can't see my face right now, but I'm giving you a look, Cube, because we have went back and forth on who we think Robin's father could be. Obviously, we do know that Robin's father was killed when she was younger, according to a One Piece magazine, but those are secondary canon and can be disproven within the source material. So, who's to say? Hashtag it's dragon.
Yeah, you know me. Like someone, it has to be connected to Roger Pirates, and you know me, after the last arc, no pun intended, Lucas knows what I mean by that. For me, it can't be dragon.
Yeah. Next up, Wano in danger. I think this is pretty. I think they set this up already. Like this one, I could definitely see happening. Black Blade lore. I like this as well. Would love to see what makes a blade go black. It definitely, I think, has to do with a hockey infusion. Big Sword and Elbaf not mentioned. Listen, so far there's not been a single fucking mention of it. So we're getting there, Kush. Hashtag the lawn furniture piece is real.
The next one is Dofi laughs. Okay.
Yeah, Dofi laughs. Yes, yeah. Sanji gets more hockey. Let's go. Kush is a true believer. I love it. Dofi and Moria Seraphim. Yes, we have not seen what happened to them. They went to Empty Bluff, didn't they?
You know, my theory is that this is going to happen, and they're going to be followers of Buggy.
What's that you broke out?
I said, my theory. I think that once since they happen with Buggy, where for some reason their ship not going to work, and they're going to be linked to Buggy.
That would be hilarious. That would be absolutely hilarious.
The Buggy effect.
The Buggy effect works on the Seraphim. Luffy meets Dragon even at his desk. That is hilarious. I would love to see an encounter between Luffy and Dragon. I think it's long overdue. Next is Moon People Arrive. Now I wish Kush, Moon People reveal. Yeah, so reveal. I'm guessing.
Sorry, took me by surprise. I thought I was reading something else.
No, sorry. Moon People reveal. So I'm thinking that he's talking about either we'll figure out which race is in the mural on the cover story of NL, or that we'll learn more about the Lunarians. That's my takeaway when I read this. Then we get Dragon leaves his desk. Hilarious.
Listen, I'm gonna say this. For Dragon is looking ease. We know the one who's always had his desk is Akainu. Wrong. Wrong.
He's just
Mr.
saying it
character.
to fit the meme kind of thing. Like,
Yeah, I
that,
know.
he's not doing anything. Devil Fruit lore is very vague, but I see it. I also went for some broad strokes in my bingo card. This is, if we get anything information-wise about Devil Fruits, this is definitely an easy square to mark off. But once again, I played strategic. I get it.
I won't lie to you. After we got with Egghead, I'm convinced that the Devil Fruit lore, like the end of the original Devil Fruit, won't happen until we get the book century flash. At this point, I'm really starting to believe that he's going to blue ball us this concept until the end.
Yeah, I could see it. Sorry, my wife distracted me for a second. Next up is Ancient Weapon Scene, not Poseidon. I believe this. I think it's about time we started getting answers on the other ancient weapons. It seems to me that that's naturally where the story is going. We're getting a lot of good reveals, and with how crazy 2025 was in One Piece, I think Oda's not slowing down anytime soon. Usopp lies about Ragnir. I think I spoke with Kush momentarily about this, and it's that he lies about being able to lift Ragnir, so Ragnir believes he can lift him, and that's how Usopp will lift the hammer, kind of thing.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. Garling Devil Fruit / monster reveal. Yes, please. I need to know.
Yep.
I need to know what's up.
This is a crazy year for Kush.
This is.
If half of it happens, the dude is.
Dude is
seeing things that he's everywhere in the story.
Next up is Arouge appears. Not going to speak too much on that. We've already kind of talked about it. It's been on several ones already.
Yeah.
Emu revealed to be silhouette or just the shadow, so no face reveal, just literally the black being that is Emu, which I do respect. Man marked by flames is a woman. I like this take because of its square on mine. Gunko is an old lady. Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty evident by her being as young as she was in God Valley, and then knowing Brooke as a child and he was already a grown man. It's pretty evident that Gunko's up there in age. Smoker hype or update. Maybe. Like I said, I'm not too keen on this just because we've been kind of blue-balled about Smoker. It is about time we get some payoff for him, but I don't know, man. I really do.
We're gonna get dude, like I said, that's why I think people think he's not gonna show up and it won't be Final War. It'll have to be an arc because of Smoker is people forget Smoker is the first Marine that Luffy can defeat. The first Loga users to be revealed. The first Loga users to use armor and hockey. Like he is an important character in the Marines. So we'll get an arc, but it's not now. But he's not just like what is going to even if Smoker just appears now, dude. His boss are the world government. You know what I mean? He has no power to do anything. Like it doesn't serve. What is going to do? Look at them.
Yeah, right. Bon Clay impelled down escape. I would love to see this. Bon Clay's the fucking goat. Yeah. Lafayette Devil Fruit reveal. Lafitte. I don't know why I said Lafayette. Lafitte.
Dude, I don't know what you're reading right now. It's killing. This one is funny. I won't lie, you killed me there. But that one and the other one, Lafitte Devil Fruit reveal. Yeah. Probably we'll get to know what type of
pigeon he is.
Weird pigeon wings. The pigeon wings.
I'm with you still, Dill. Hattori. Let's go. Then we do not see the Heaven Realm. I could see that. Vivi doesn't meet with the Straw Hats yet. Or still is what he put, but yet also fits. That was a really good bingo card as well. Kush, if you get even a third of your shit right, we will have a crazy year for One Piece. We go now to Sly. Cube, I'm gonna let you read this one. I've got to step away just for a second. Not long though. We're on slides.
I'm watching from the streams. Yeah. I'm just waiting until it appears for me on the stream, and then I'll read it out. Okay, yeah, it appeared. Okay, perfect. So Sly's first bingo is Marco joins. I think it's Marco joins the Strong Hats. I think he's talked to me about it. My theory is I do believe the reason why Marco refused Shanks is 2 years ago he promised Whitebeard with the allies go to back Luffy, the last order. So I do feel like he's going to be Grand Fleet material at one point, but joining the Straw Hats, I don't think so. Galila Company, the Giants, created Ragnar with Ancient Kingdom science. I can get with that because Ragnar is that old. So that would be a good reveal that it comes from the Ancient Kingdom. King Harley revealed. So it comes from Sly's theories that he believes that the king of the Ancient Kingdom is called King Harley. And so I think a reveal of his identity. Then we've got Harold / Neptune knows the man marked by flames. Ooh, I didn't think of that. Because true, the man marked by flame has the phonoglyph from Fishman Island. So yeah, I didn't think of that. That's a good one. Harsherden assumes the throne, so becomes king of Elbath. I mean, this is a given, We would love for Harsherden to get his dream. So that would be great. We've got Momo at Wano and Harsherden in Elbath. That would be perfect. Later on, Shiroshi will lead Fishman Island. Like Luffy has all the, Luffy has all the good friends in the high places. We love that for Luffy. Wait, 3 sister swords, Gar, Shah, and Shah. Okay, Garlink, Shanks, and Shamrock. Okay, if we get a reveal that there's, I remember his theory, that those swords, because they look similar, they're sister swords. Which I like this idea, because I've always liked the idea, it's a bit like in Harry Potter with the, the wands. They come from the same feathers, the same core. So I do like the idea that, certain swords are, connected. Come back for the same reveal. Okay, we found out that Usopp's mother, Banshina, is a Dosonada reveal. I think Dosonada is half human, Tatara half giant. That should make sense, which I said it encompasses perfectly the two sides of Usopp, which is the side of the giant, the side of Tatara. World government loses at Mary Joa. That would be interesting. To take an L at home. Yeah, you know what? I wouldn't be against that. They need to get humbled a bit. And the Sasso Dragons will not be happy, which I'm all for. I think Lucas just came back. What did you say, Lucas? I heard your voice.
I was laughing at a couple of our buddies' picks here. I'll tell you specifically which one.
Okay.
It was
then the one. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Here, 1 second. It was. Where was it? Oh my God! It was right before the "they won't be happy" comment you said. The world government.
World government lose that Marijoa.
Yeah.
Sasudagers won't be happy.
Yeah, that shit made me laugh. So where are you at now?
Okay, no worries. No.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so now where Straw Hat Grand Fleets makes a move, Elbath or Lodestar, which I can see it. Because I still say this, Luffy's Viva card would have burned down in Wano. So I'm shocked that none of them is trying to look for Luffy. So
I 100% agree.
So I guess, yeah. Loki's Uranus because of the Del fruit.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I've been saying this since Loki showed up. The whole connection between Shirahoshi and the Moses Shaga thing, which I'm sorry, I don't get how people are combating that. I mean, like, that's not what he meant. That's basically a confirmation. That is like almost as clean as a confirmation you can get from Oda. Like, I think once the anime comes out, there will be no confusion that Shaggy / Mosa is Shirahoshi.
Oh, yeah, no. I thought for a second you meant Loki Uranus. Yeah, that part. Yeah,
I do. I think the connection between Loki and Shirahoshi is important because he is Uranus and she is Poseidon. I think that's why they have that connection.
But I thought you were saying that because of the reveals we got recently, denying that Loki isn't Uranus. I'm just saying like it's important. I do like the idea, but yeah, Shiroshi Mosa is definitely for sure.
100%. 100%. Yeah, Sly, I agree though. Loki, Uranus.
And so Loki, Uranus. Shade Port location reveal.
Woo!
Yep, which is where Blackbeard is from. I still believe because of, how ports are in One Piece, Rocky Port is for Hashinosu or Rocky Island, because this is the other name for Hashinosu. Red Port for the Red Line. It would make sense that Shade Port is the port of Lulusia, named after her light. You know, this is why his mom wanted to go to Lulusia. That's where his mom is from. So I do like the Shade Port information. So
yeah, I think I agree.
Yeah.
I think we'd spoken about it several times that Shadeport is more than likely was at Lucia.
Yeah. Vera lore. So for those who don't know, Sly has a big agenda that we will at one point go to Vera because of how many times it's been mentioned, the connection to Nolan, and especially since this arc is something for Usopp, and Usopp is a big fan of Nolan, so he has big stocks for Vera. So he thinks it's a much more important island than we think we know, that we assume. It has much more implications to the story, which I'm all for. I always like the Vera information. So we get nothing for Usopp. Oof, that's a spicy one. I disagree because I think we'll get at least something. How much is it? I don't know, but nothing is tough.
Next one is spicy as hell.
Yeah. Loki kills a Holy Knights. Let's hope it's Summers.
Let's hope it's Summers. Yeah. You're breaking up a little bit again, by the way, brother.
Is it better now or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's sorry guys, wonky internet lately. So, Scopper dies. I disagree with this one, but we already talked about this. I think in the previous one, so still disagree. I assume you haven't changed your mind as well.
No. Yeah. No. I don't see it happening. It would be crazy if it did, but I don't see it happening.
Surely Shanks at Elbaf. I think he's trying to say Shanks will be at Elbaf. Will come at Elbaf. Return at Elbaf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like Luffy meeting up with him again.
Yeah, maybe. Or surely, it's just a surely is kind of odd. Make it. I think he's saying either he returns to Elbaf.
Like surely Shanks will be on Elbaf, kind of thing.
I think that's what. So, yeah. A proper declaration of war, which I think I know what he means by that. That he will actually the Enies Lobby moment with Luffy. He'll do it in front of Emu. It won't be burning a flag. He'll be telling Emu that he's gonna come and basically the Big Mom thing, where he tells Big Mom he's gonna come and beat her up. So that makes sense. Sanji conquers Haki, and he put in brackets free space. Don't at me. No worries, man. No worries. I mean, Sanji conquers Haki. I think is a given what they've been saying lately. So it makes sense that he'll have to get to that point. And I'm sorry if Zoro can muster and find a way to release his conqueror's Haki while dealing with the sword that's sapping his energy. I do think that Sanji definitely would be able, with the situation, to muster out conqueror's Haki.
I do too.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, Zoro did it in some extreme circumstances, so I don't see why Sanji couldn't do it in this arc. So, Wado with Shimonji turns black. That's a common one where I like it because it's his number one blade. It's Kuina's blade as well. He shared with Kuina, so it makes sense. Crocodile lineage, BS as BS, but no, it's backstory. Crocodile lineage backstory revealed. Listen,
Crocodile lineage bullshit revealed.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, that's like someone who really doesn't like Crocodile but has to mention him. I do like that because I always felt like the Crocodile has always been this interesting. I've said this, Crocodile interests me more to Doflamingo because of all the lore he brings, and the way Ivankov talked about weakness. It's interesting. Heaven's Realm is big. Voice Sentry info. Okay, but Heaven Realm has big Voice Sentry information. Okay, but he said voice chat. I said, dude, this is a Discord. Yeah, so Heaven Realm. Yeah, I could see that there's a Voice Sentry information with the Heaven's Realm. It would make sense.
Yeah,
is that old? Yeah.
Yeah, and plus with all the other information we've gotten in Elbaf, like the Ancient Lab and the mural as well, like it seems like there's definitely more there than what we've seen so far.
Yeah. Bracelet reveal. If you know.
No, if you know you.
Yeah. I didn't get that one. I won't lie.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. There's this one.
Bracelet. What's the bracelet?
Maybe. I don't know.
Anyway, maybe Sly will have to comment on that after the stream. Vegapunk's speech big fish moon mural beast reveal. Oh, I see what he means. For the big fish moon, it's to that big creature that we see in the mural.
Yeah.
The massive one. The one that, does look like a serpent.
Yeah.
Not the dragon one, but the other one. So that would be interesting. He has big stock on that one.
Yeah, I think so as well. I really like this last one he has on here too.
The Straw Hats watch a story night. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, because we don't see stars in the story, so it would be very cool to see them.
Yeah. I mean, I like that at the end of Elbaf. Because I also believe that Lodestar's other naming would be Road to the Stars. Like, it could be another interest to the Sky Island. So I do like that, we're getting something about the stars. But yeah, that was a good one. Interesting. Some of them. Yeah, I do understand. I had the advantage on this one, so.
I accidentally named these incorrectly, so I thought I skipped a bunch, but no, they're all there. So next up is Straw Hat AP. AP's been a very solid member of the community. He's been around for years now. Let's get right into it. Nami and Ragnar lineage factor. This one.
Ragnar.
I said Ragnar again. That's because I love my homie Ragnar. I don't know what this is. I'm going to be honest. Maybe saying that Nami and Ragnar share something within their lineage factor, which would be interesting, to say the least. Then we have Dosendata reveal, which I think is very plausible, especially with what we talked about with Usopp's mother earlier. Lafitte Devil Fruit reveal. That's 2 that we've seen of those. Very common take today. Brooke plays Bink Sake for Gunko. Ooh, I got chills reading that one. That one is good. And then we got Jesus Burgess in Elbaf.
Dude,
I don't see this.
Dude, if he shows up, he's gonna get packed up.
Yeah, he's gonna get packed up by the God's Knights.
Dude, I am sorry. What is Burgess going to do on Elbaf?
You said I'm sorry. What's he gonna do?
Yeah. And if the Straw Hats see him, he's also gonna get packed up. Dude is not welcome on Elbaf right now.
Yeah,
not welcome.
Then we have Enel Returns, which is not one we've seen this year a lot, but was a very popular choice last year. Civilization Within the Atom Tree. I like this. Will of Dreams in the chat. Him and I have cooked several times on like inner Earth theories and stuff. My man has 100 different theories about inner Earth societies and One Piece and stuff like that. So I think this is very plausible. Could be a group of Tantatas or even human giant hybrids that live there. Maybe that's where the Buccaneers originated. That'd be cool. Then we have the Galley Law Company in Moon Automata. I'm guessing this is that they are connected somehow.
Yeah.
Then Galley Law Company are Okama. And I like this. And maybe Morley is carrying on their tradition. Because that would be sick, actually. I would fuck with that pretty heavy. Sanji Conqueror's hockey reveal. Another goat on the train. Davy back fight. Yes, I want to see another Davy back fight, and I think we will see it again. I think games are very important to how to defeat Emu, especially with what we saw in Long Ring Long Land. Then we have Hyjruden heel turn. I don't know about this. I don't see him betraying Luffy at all. Maybe he'll get Domi reversing, but I don't really see it. Then we have a free space. Akainu visits Dofi. This is interesting. I would like to see a conversation between the two of these gentlemen. I think that it would be... I just want to know what Akainu would want to talk to him about. Maybe what Dofi knows that Akainu doesn't. Or does Akainu know now and want to go to Doflamingo for, not advice per se, but to hear someone from the other side of the cloth. You know what I mean?
Dude, listen, all I'm going to tell you is... I mean, they could be... they're changing. I said it's true. We haven't seen much of him. We only see snippets of him post-time skip. He doesn't seem to be like... It's a big like Sengoku compared to and Dragon compared to pre-time skip. Showing a whole different side of him, right? But with what I know of the guy, all I could see is the last thing Luffy is gonna see after seeing Akainu just walk in the room is a huge lava fist in this direction.
Yeah.
That's the problem because of and it's not because I don't like Akainu. Akainu's whole thing is he believes that every pirate should be erased from history.
Yeah.
So I don't see him just like, yo, what's up, Luffy? Need to catch up. I don't feel like he would not even want to even hear them talk. You know what I mean? He doesn't even want to hear their point of view of things.
Yeah, it's not about I see what you're saying entirely.
He's too extreme with pirates. So it's like Arlong telling.
Why would I want the opinion of someone lesser than me, kind of thing?
Yeah, like Arlong saying, let me give the opinion of a human. I want to listen to what they tell me. No, of course not.
Ragnar Stolen is the next block.
That's a good one.
I think that would be good too. Chopper beats Domi Reversi. Like Chopper is the one that figures out how to undo it, and I fucking love this because I've been saying since that conversation with Chopper and Scopper and just everything that's gone on, and they left together with Sanji. Like, I think Chopper is about to play a major role in this in a big way. Yeah, so I fuck with this square a lot actually. Smoker arrives at his destination. I don't see it. We've talked about this like 5 times. A lot of Smoker love in Bingo 2026. I see. Mythical Frog Zone user in Galley Law Company.
Okay.
What's the reasoning here? What do you think, Cube?
You don't know. I really don't know. I'm trying to think why frog specifically.
Yeah.
Because that's not a. I mean, it's not Naruto, so it's not like a common animal in the One Piece world. So.
Well, frog. Seeing a frog do the front crawl.
Yeah, but.
You know what I mean?
It's a unique animal. If you think about it, there's not that much stuff with frogs in One Piece.
Yeah. Well, that's what's making me think of. I can't remember his fucking name. I keep wanting to say Ipimatsu, but I don't think that's it.
Kamamatsu, whatever his name is.
No, not from Wano. I'm talking about the frog from Water 7. That is from Frankie's backstory and everything.
Yes, I forgot.
Yeah. So I think that
I'm look at him, Yokozuna. I'm seeing it right now, Yokozuna.
Yeah, Yokozuna. Thank you.
We forgot about him.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm thinking that I don't know if this is what AP's thought process was, that maybe this whole mythical frog zone within the old Galley Law Company is supposed to be foreshadowed or parallel to him. I could see that. That would be interesting, actually.
Will says in Marvel, Sora was turned into a frog.
Oh, okay. That makes so much sense. Sword versus CG. So sword versus cross guild.
Cross guild, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna have to defend themselves. They're hunting them, so I think that is possible.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Yeah,
Frankie stores hockey knots. I like this. I love Frankie. Anything that Frankie can achieve, I want him to achieve. So I'm here for this. Plus, we saw them on Emmett, who everybody has relayed Emmett to, Frankie, because robot cyborg. I guess they think those are the same things, but there is a parallel there. So we see next one is Suro either knows the man marked by flames or is the man marked by flames.
No. I know that fear of AP. AP is convinced that Suro is the man marked by flames.
I've not heard this. Sounds interesting.
I mean, she's a prime candidate, I won't lie. I never thought of her, but because of her role in the story, her being marked by flame could explain why Oda's have no storylines for her. But everyone knows about Suro. Think about it, it's a very unique thing. People know, if you say Suro, most people know who Suro is, even though she's done nothing to the story.
Yeah. That is
He's done a good job at keeping her relevant. So yeah, I could see that happening.
Then David D. Harley, so Davy Clan writing the Harley text. That's a possibility. I mean, I'd like to see some evidence towards it. It sounds interesting, kind of thing. Loki doesn't join the Straw Hats. We've seen both sides of this. Mosa is not Shirahoshi. Like I said, I disagree here. I think we got pretty hard evidence that is the case. Luffy and Shamrock meet. I would like to see this as well because I think it would fuck with Luffy a little bit. Overall, though, Straw Hat AP, once again, solid bingo card. You always drop a banger every year. Spicy takes this year for sure. Next up, we have vexyz, the Lurking Legend. No new hockey feats from Sanji. No news on the One Piece, the remake, the Wit remake. Me and Kube both said that we think that we will probably get some kind of news this year. Anime onlys hate Legoland. Vexyz speaking to the first part of Elbaf with the Lego castle and everything. He did not enjoy that, and I do remember that it wasn't that well received in the community, and he thinks that that's going to translate over to the anime as well. For one, I enjoyed the Legoland section. It wasn't the worst, it wasn't the best, but like it was a good come down from how crazy Egghead was. No news on Man Marked by Flames. Lucas Juro.
Just on your hairstyle, I said it looks very Wano-like.
Wano-like, yeah. So no news on Man Marked by Flames. I don't see this. I feel like that's going to happen either this year. Actually, yeah. I don't know. Oda did say something in his announcement about the Man Marked by Flames, so that does make me think that it could come this year or it could come next year kind of thing.
For me, yeah. For me, I don't, because everything's happening, it would have to be at the end of the arc of Elbaf. Yeah. Like I said, we don't know. Like we know we're gonna get most of the year it's gonna be Elbaf, right? But is it gonna stop in September, in October, November, or are we gonna stop like remember Egghead was like, oh no, Wano was like really the end of the year.
No, Wano ended in like Wano July, like, bro. And then
there was an arc. There was an arc that ended. It ended in Christmas. There was an arc that ended in Christmas.
Egghead ended in winter. And then
okay.
Elbaf started in like January, basically.
Okay.
Because we were in Legoland of March of last year, or February of last year, or something like that.
So it could also be that. So it depends when the arc will finish this year.
Yeah, that is true. 3 new Devil Fruit awakenings. I would love to see this. Give me more Devil Fruit. 2 recap episodes within the next season of One Piece. That is diabolical, Vex. I hope to God it does not happen. Less than 33 total chapters. Chapter counts are always a crazy bingo guess. I myself never have the goal to do it myself, but kudos to those who do. Jacoby had 36. Vex is saying 33 or less. No new Straw Hats. No Shiki, no Rouge, no Big Mom, no Anel. Crazy. I also don't see Shiki because we just got Shiki back. That was marked off a lot of bingo cards last year. York is why the Holy Land is on fire. I like that take. What'd you say?
That one makes really sense.
Yeah. York being the reason the Holy Land's on fire.
I do the next one.
Thriller Bark 2.0.
Yeah, so post Annie's Lobby 2.0.
post Annie's Lobby 2.0. Yes, I am a big proponent of Thriller Bark coming back into the story. Definitely not a whole second Thriller Bark arc, but I do think that Thriller Bark will be a big proponent in the story at some point again. New opening by Lisa. Would love this. Free Space. Live action season 2 flops. I'll be real, I don't see this happening. There's always the chance, you never know. But everything that I've seen, and just like general consensus from other fans within the community, I think most people are hyped for it. It would suck if it did flop. But since they are renewed for 3 seasons, even if season 2, 3 flops, season 2 does flop, season 3 does have the chance to win it back. You know what I mean?
My thing is, if they do, so the season 1 has some issues, right?
Yeah.
But overall, all the people who watched the show, my brother-in-law saw the show, he liked it.
Yeah.
It was a good show. Unless if they pull One Punch Man season 3 legendary drop-off of quality, I don't see it flopping. Will it be a masterpiece? I mean, it might be a bit better, So, for me, I've said this. The live action is good, but it's, if you have to be like, if you compare to other TV shows, not live actions, you would give it a 7. It's not a perfect thing, it has to flop a lot for it because season 1 was so good and it had its issues. But yet, the majority of people, it was number 1 for like 2 weeks on Netflix.
Longer than that. I think it was like 2 months or something like that. It was an
Yeah.
insanely
So,
long time that it held the spot.
It would do a lot. It would have to. And with the 2 trailers we've gotten of them, I'm sorry. And Chopper is going to win everyone over. Michaela Hoover is doing a great job of her voice. So
yeah,
she's going to win them.
I have to agree. Bogard panel. We saw this one earlier as well. I would love to see it. I do fuck with Bogard as an enigma, but I would love to see more of him. No Logia Awakening. I like this because he determined that he would want 3 new Devil Fruit Awakenings, but specifically that there would be no Logia Awakening. I don't know why, but still an interesting element to have, especially with the 3 new Devil Fruit Awakenings.
Yeah, I like that because I've said this. First Logia introduced, Smoker. First Logia Yusaki, Smoker. I would love that the first Logia Awakening would be Smoker because of the pattern.
Yeah.
If he's not in this arc, it would make sense as no Logia Awakening.
Yeah, I would have to agree. Saul fake out death. I could see it happening. I don't think it will, but it could. SBS question on Buccaneers.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That is a really good one. I actually like that one a lot. We do not get 4th Road Poneglyph.
I assume this year.
Yeah, I think he's just saying for this year.
Yeah,
Harados is in the Heaven Realm. I think he had that on his bingo card last year as well. Lore on Onigashima. I'd be okay with that. Video game announced. Very good pool. Toki Returns is such a goated fucking pool, Vex, and I'm not gonna lie, it's on mine as well, so I fuck with it. Joy Boy OPTCG card, we talked about this a bit earlier, and then finally One Piece Simuldub, which we also talked about earlier. I think these are all really, really, really good picks. Vex, thank you very much for participating again, brother. We love you. See you soon for 3-episode test. Last up of the community pools today, we have Ziggy. Now, I chose Ziggy specifically for last because it was alphabetical. No, and Ziggy is the one who designed these cool Rocks D. Zebek, Rocks Pirates bingo cards this year for the server, and I just wanted to shout him out, say thank you.
Yeah, man, appreciate it, bro. You're a legend among us.
Yes.
After me,
yes. After Kube, of course, yeah. So, first square, Davy back fight. We've seen this take before. To Lodestar Island. I'm guessing going to Lodestar Island.
Yes.
Yeah. Square 3, Dragon meets Emu, which I find very fascinating. Would love to see what exactly they would even discuss. You know what I mean? How would Dragon react to seeing the anointed one, the one who sits on the throne?
Yeah. Dude, I'm sorry. I think it would be interesting for Dragon to face Emu, but I'm sorry. There's nothing in the world where we saw how Emu is unhinged. That the moment he sees Dragon, Emu is not just gonna go crazy.
You're breaking out again, brother.
I said, there's no way in hell I wouldn't see Emu just go crazy and destroy everything around. Like, Emu would be willing to destroy everything around them just so that Dragon doesn't survive. I think if Dragon, it'll be good for Dragon, but I don't think Dragon will survive long if Emu sees Dragon. Dragon's been, like, messing up Emu's world for the last 20 years.
Yeah. Pushed him to the limit kind of thing.
Yeah, and Emu is unhinged. It's, the least to say so.
Yeah. Blackbeard in Marijois is the next square. I could see this happening. I think it was kind of foreshadowed by the events in God Valley. And then we have the man marked by flames is Oro Jackson. So maybe the Oro Jackson with a human fruit or something.
No, I know, because it's Dire Regulus, who's doing the NDNR server, has had a similar theory. I think it's that theory that because the magma flame sails on a ship that creates storms, right? Whirlpools. Yeah. People have made the comment that the only ship that we know who could survive whirlpools or storms like that is the Oro Jackson, the Edwards, remember? Yeah. That comment up there, the only one who was unscathed. Yeah. So I think it could be that, because I heard a similar theory. If it's not, then yeah, it could be the magma flame is the Oro Jackson, Colbarman style. Could also be something.
I feel you. So next is Gunko Dies. We saw this earlier and we discussed it a bit. VV captured, I'm guessing by the world government. Would hate to see that. Luffy meets Shanks. We've seen this one too a couple times.
Yeah.
Emu face reveal, seen that one. We've talked about that a bit as well. Pluton or Uranus reveal. Yes, I've been saying this. We've seen this about only the second time we've seen this one. I need some more information on the other ancient weapons. The Atom Tree destroyed. I assumed we were going to see this more on people's bingo cards, and I did not actually. Very surprising. Next up is Wano under attack. We've seen this one as well. I think it's pretty evident that will probably happen. Akainu gets out of his chair. Hilarious every time I see it. Bonnie stays with the Straw Hats. I think this is a high probability as well. Cube, I think we've discussed this a couple times. That Bonnie staying with the Straw Hats and not necessarily joining them, but just kind of sailing with them for a little bit is probably the way the story will go.
Yeah, like I said, it's evident for me she's not going to join the Straw Hats, but I don't think she'll leave just yet.
Exactly. Luffy Hockey Bloom / Emu scared of him. I said this earlier. I think this will happen. I think Emu will be terrified of Luffy, just because of the familiarity of his will. Revs and Marie-Joie. Oh, Cube, you love this. I know you do.
Yeah. Oh boy, if those two ones of the Marie-Joie ones are true, man, the Celestial Dragons are having a great day dealing with the Blackbeard Pirates and the Revs at the same time.
And the Revs and at the same time, yes. We love to see it. Crazy. Next up is Domi Reversi Nightmare Luffy. I'm guessing this means Luffy will get Domi reversed, which I could see happening, but I think he'll be able to break out of it. Maybe it's only temporary on him, and that will be the means at which he'll be able to learn to break other people out of it.
I would say I really think Luffy might be the only person, maybe Blackbeard as well, who cannot be Domi Reversi because of the whole Luffy. How do you turn gear 5? It's when I'm the most free. What is the reverse is a contract. I just don't see someone who's the most free can be put onto a contract,
Yeah, I 100% agree. Next up, Shanks meets Buggy. Would love to see this. Love to see the brothers return, especially after the couple statements we got between Shanks and Gabon about him and Buggy. Luffy meets Blackbeard. I don't think it's time for that just yet. I think it will happen, but I don't think it'll be that soon, honestly. Kid is alive, possibly. This next pick I've not seen on anyone else's bingo card, but I absolutely adore it, and that is Sengoku meets Law. Yes, nummy. I love that. Give me more Sengoku and Law, please. Their conversation at the end of Dressrosa has held so much weight on me as a One Piece fan. Give me that, please. Next, Garp / Pudding update. I do think this will come sooner than later. I think it'll be towards the end of the arc, though, in between them leaving Elbaf and then arriving at the next island, kind of thing. Then we have Loki has Eagle Devil Fruit. I love this. My first theory for Loki's Devil Fruit, my two prominent ones were, Loki has some kind of bird Devil Fruit, or Loki has a shape-shifting zone that allows him to change into any animal. So I could definitely see this. The bird Devil Fruit, it makes the most sense with his tattoos and the wings of them. Then with my belief that he's Uranus, I'm sold on this. Like, any type of bird, once I hear, I think Bushido in our server had a theory about it being a giant rooster. I was like, fuck yeah. Okay, bird, yes. And then Fishman Island under attack. I think this is pretty much confirmed as well with the whole Mosa implications. What do you think, Cube?
Yeah.
All right.
I think those are good ones. I do like the garbage pudding one. I do think it's a fun time we get some lore about it.
I think so as well. I think it's time for them to answer some questions about it. That brings us to the main two of the night, myself and Cube, of course. Thank you again, Zingy, for making the amazing One Piece bingo cards this year. So Cube, hit me with it.
Yeah.
Your 2026
so I'll read
bingo
mine.
card.
Yeah, and I'll explain quickly some of them. So Usopp and Ragnar team up. So we've talked a bit of Usopp and Ragnar. So why I say team up is because of it being Loki's weapon and the fact of, Usopp's style of fighting isn't using a hammer. I do think that Ragnar and him will team up. So then everyone will tell Usopp he is worthy, which will be the final push for him to become the brave warrior of the sea. To finally realize that his only limits is himself. So I do think that there'll be a moment. Captain America Endgame, for those who know. No.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
Well, yeah, I believe we're going to get a Brook and a Gonko lore, so a sort of mini flashback. I don't think this will be the arc where we get a Brook flashback, but I do think it's similar to Wano, right? We get a mini flashback of Zoro and Shimosuke Village. Just 2 panels. I think we'll get something. Because the One Piece live anime, Wits anime is coming out normally in 2027, I think we're going to get some sort of news this year. Possibly a teaser.
I would like that. I would love that.
Yeah. Sanji gets Conquerors Hockey. Enough said.
Let's go.
Which follows with the next one, Sanji versus Summers, which I think it's a match made in heaven. It's just perfectly. The next one is something I've talked to you, Lucas, but not enough for the community. But because of Brook's connection to Gonko, right? And the fact that his music and his delve with abilities, right? And we saw that people who get the Mirrorverse, people who are connected to them, can hear them through Voice of All Things.
Yeah.
I think Brook will get access to Voice of All Things in this arc.
I would love that, actually. So, it makes a lot of sense, especially as a musician.
So then the library will be saved. So I think it's basically Robin is going to do something she was not able to do as a child. Is she couldn't save O'Hara in the library. This time the Straw Hats are going to help her avoid this.
Yeah.
So I do. Yeah. This is for me. So I said Luffy and Imu encounter. What I mean by that is because they've always avoided each other. I don't think it's the actual Imu, but Gonko, Imu, and Luffy each other will at least see eye to eye. It's similar to how it happened with Emmett and Luffy, where it was a brief instance at the end. It wasn't a full arc moment.
Yeah.
Where at one point they'll cross path, and there will be that moment where Imu will be saying,
set up for when they do finally fight, kind of thing.
Yeah. And where Imu's saying, those eyes, they're still there inside him, something like that. So yeah. So I'll put the 2 next one because I think stuff like that. I think we'll get a reveal of Sasha connect back to Nami's lineage and Robin's lineage. When I say lineage, I don't mean like parents or like her clan, but something that will make a comment about them. That will say make a comment about those people. So I think there'll be Sasha connected to her lineage. I think this is just the next one is a callback to Marineford, where the red-haired parents will show up at the end.
Yeah.
The Troy at the end of the war in Elbaf. The next one is interesting because I think it's
I'm
going
here
to be
to end this war. Luffy standing there, everyone defeated. What do you mean? I already ended it.
Exactly. So Luffy found out about Garp. I believe that because it's known what happened to Garp, but Luffy doesn't know about this, right?
Yes.
I think that the God Knight or Imu is going to use that against him because that's what they've been doing constantly. They've been using the remember with what's called with Dorian Broggy, their people. With Zebex, Harold is a fool, and then they all get upset. I think they're gonna use that Garb knowledge, and Luffy's gonna be blindsided by it.
I think so as well.
Yeah.
Do you know?
The next one is interesting.
It's kind of
shit. The next one is, I think we're gonna get some Skypiea lore.
Yeah.
We're gonna find out something in Elbaf that connects back to Skypiea.
I can see it.
Yeah. So this is basically, I think at the end, information about the final road poneglyph. So this year we'll get some information about that road poneglyph. A location, the buried by flame, whatsoever. But something will be mentioned about the road poneglyph. So this one I believe very strongly about it. Kid won't be mentioned this year.
I like it.
Yeah, so this was my only free space, so I decided to go after someone who is a big believer of this character in cover stories. Character won't be in a cover story this year.
Thanks.
So mine is very easy. One Piece live action season 2 will be #1 on Netflix for the first week.
Oh yeah, I see you.
Yeah.
I see you, Cube.
Yeah. Impel Down Prison Escapes news. Which I'm a big believer. Oda doesn't like to repeat stuff for the Straw Hats twice in a row. I think there's no reason for the Straw Hats to go all the way back to Impel Down to free Bonkley and the other people. So I think it's going to be done by either Crossguild, another group, or the Revs, and it will be heard in the news. If it's cross guild, it fits perfectly because it's all the time when Buggy, they always hear it in the newspaper.
Yeah.
Buggy became Shichibukai. Buggy became a Yonko. We never see it. We see always after the fact. Buggy teams up with Mihawk and Crocodile. I think if that's the cross guild, we're gonna find out that they committed a prison, an impel down prison escape through the newspaper. Revs are on the offensive. So since I don't know if it's Marijoa, Wano, or even Fishman Island or wherever they go, I just think that the next time we'll hear about the Revs is that they went to the offensive.
They'll be on the offense, yeah.
Considering since the God's Knights made a move. And Oda did write that in the panel when the God's Knights made a move. He said the God's Knights finally made a move, which is I think him saying the Revs are now moving as well. So this is directly connected to with Imu, because Imu basically mentioned the Scholars of Ohara in a bad way when he was with Sabo and Cobra. And there's an inversion with Radiant and Scopper between Sabaody and now in this arc. And Rady did mention the Scholars of Ohara. So I think Clover will be mentioned, especially with his connection to the knowledge and everything. Could be possibly Saul as well, but I think it will be Imu saying something disdainful about Clover. Loki will become a Grand Fleet, which is fighting this thing, which I still don't see it, that Loki become a Straw Hat, but I do think he's going to be connected, so I think he'll become a Grand Fleet.
Yeah.
The Red and Blue Ogre will be side by side this time. I think, and this is specific towards Jinbei, I think Fisher Tiger is going to be mentioned.
Yeah.
Same way as Clover. This was an easy one. We're going to get on panel the reveal that Musa is Hiroshi.
Yeah,
it's been alluded.
That's a free space, baby.
Yeah. And because we have inversion of Fishman Island, Uranus was first mentioned in Fishman Island, so I think Uranus will be mentioned in this arc as well.
Yeah, I think so as well.
So that's my pick, guys.
Yeah,
I try to be very
bingo
conservative
this year, brother. Very, very good bingo.
I try to play it smart and safe.
Yeah, see, I tried to play it smart and safe as well. Some people said my bingo card was invalid because of that. I don't think it is. After talking to other people as well, I don't think it is. But we'll go over it together now, and you can tell me what you think, Cube. Chopper talks to Ragnir. I really do think that this is inevitable. And I think it would be cute if Loki's like, so that's what he's saying? I thought he said this. And like Loki gives his interpretation of what he thinks the hammer is saying to him. Because they do have some kind of bond. You know what I mean? And I think that would be hilarious.
I want it to be like in Scapia with the wolf, where we think it's a normal discussion and it's unhinged. Like imagine the Ragnir says, "Squeak, squeak, help me! They keep banging my head everywhere."
Yeah, he keeps hitting me.
It's been hundreds of years. It's been 100 years. Please let me be. That would be funny.
That would be hilarious. Second one, Moria returns. Like I said earlier, I think Thriller Bark is going to come back in some big way for the series. Robin hockey feat. I've just been waiting. Robin's going to awaken some kind of hockey. I've been saying this. This has been on my bingo card for like 3 years now. I think it's going to happen. The crew announces going to Laugh Tale. I think this is going to happen by the end of the year. I think before the end of the arc, there'll be some kind of discussion. I think Luffy's going to be like, well, then that means that's it. It's time to go get the One Piece. It's time to go to Laugh Tale kind of thing. Cross Guild does something, anything, really. It's been like a year and over a year since we've seen them. I need to know what's going on with them. I need to know what happened with the Seraphim that were sent there. Like, I just need Cross Guild to do anything. Toki, yeah, go ahead.
Well, listen, Lucas, I'm with you, but remember, you know how much lore he's put in the revs, how important they are to the story? Yes. And it's just been one arc after 14 years where we got anything, and that was minimal of them. You might have to wait a bit.
I know. My next one is Toki is the man marked by flames. I kind of cooked this up a long while ago. Never really took it too serious, but the more I think about it, the more I like it. I've always had this thought that Toki, took the poneglyphs and spread them throughout we've talked about it 100 times. I've heard spreading it throughout the poneglyphs and everything. Yeah. And I think that it would make so much sense because she's the only person we've seen, quote unquote, die within a fire like that. Her and Odin are really the two. And I don't think Odin is it because his death was so public. But Toki died making her speech and then fell down. So, like, she could have survived, sent herself into the future, and became the man marked by flames with the final poneglyph.
So timeline-wise, I don't see her being devoured by flames. But I said to people, we
It's been
never saw
20
Toki
years.
die.
Exactly. It's been
No,
20
we never
years.
saw Toki die. I tell people, we saw her fall backwards, and they never showed the body.
Yeah, never.
We never saw. We didn't even see a dead body, a silhouette of a dead body. They never showed it, which is very similar to what happened to Saul, what happened to Pudding's dad, not Pudding, Lola's dad, Pound. Pell, same thing. We never see what happens afterwards, just
Exactly.
the effect. I believe Toki was sent. What happened is Toki sent herself into the future.
Hey, Dex.
There's more just.
We read yours out earlier.
I said,
it was a good time.
You know my theory. I think Toki is still moving in time. She hasn't reappeared yet because you remember, she would have to reappear in Wano.
Yeah.
If she moved in time. So that's why I'm wondering if she's. Think about it. She just one day Momo hears and Yori hears. You guys have to come. Your mom was found wounded on Wano, at the same place where she was last seen.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that'd be wild.
But I do like it. But I do like that. She might have connection. I would agree. It's just the timeline wise. But yeah, good one.
Yeah, we read it already, Dex. Yeah. Yeah, Toki, you know what I said. You know how I feel about her, man. I think she's definitely going to be more relevant. If there is any character that has a chance of coming back, she's one of them. Fourth, which ties to the next one. Fourth poneglyph. We're going to get the fourth robe poneglyph. Vivi returns. Then I have info on the first Nika. We don't know much about the first figure known as Nika, and I really, really need more information on him. Then I have Ancient Kingdom name. Like I said, I chose a lot of basic picks, but it's because I want to try to get a bingo this year. I want that sweet, sweet victory.
Yeah, no, I get it. Same thing as me, dude.
Exactly.
What's the point of being like this person who will see the future if you've got 1% chance of it actually happening?
Exactly. Ancient Kingdom name though. Then I have Opalus Season 4 announcement. So right now we are confirmed to have up to Season 3. I think we're going to get confirmation to Season 4 after Season 2, if Season 2 does well enough. Then we have Sanji getting Conqueror's Haki, which we've talked about 100 times on the stream already. Next is Loki sails with the crew. If you notice, I did not put joins the crew. I think he will just
like
go
that.
With them
Thank you. Thank you.
I was very, very particular in putting it like that because I think, like you said, he'll probably join the Grand Fleet in the long run, but I think he will sail with the Straw Hats for a little bit. Yeah, it just makes sense. Chopper's Devil Fruit reveal. Whether this be him awakening or we finding out that there's something more to his Devil Fruit, which a lot of us think there is, I think we will get some more information on his specific human fruit this year.
No, not even that. What do we know about inside the library? We know that whatever is in the library, there's enough information about Devil Fruit for Vegapunk to say that the Gomu Gomu isn't listed in any of the stores in Elbaf.
Yeah.
So it means that there must be a lot of Devil Fruits. What if, I do like the idea in the library, Robin will find out the real name of Chopper's fruit.
Yeah, I think so as well. That'd be so cool. Then we
good
have...
pick, man. Really good one.
Thank you.
Really good one, actually.
Robin sees the mural, which I think this is just more important for her character. I think her seeing that mural is very important. Because and Frankie will know that she needs to see it as well. He will be like, hey, Robin, there's something you got to see. Luffy flips the giants. I saw this on another person's bingo card as well earlier. I believe it was Cody. He said Luffy and Bonnie, I think. I love this. I think it makes the most sense for Luffy to be the one to flip them. Then I have Brook backstory, which is us getting the true backstory of Brook with Gunko and everything. I don't know if it'll be a full backstory, but I definitely think it'll be at least a page or two.
Dude, imagine the first panel of Brook's backstory. Brook's a young kid enters. Saint Brook Figureland has arrived.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. The plot twist. He's a celestial dragon. That would be hilarious.
Oh man.
May I see your panties? May I see your
Brook
panties,
is
please?
also a man-mire.
Well, he has no blue hair. But yeah, I'm just kidding.
Neither does Gunko. Gunko has pink hair, doesn't she?
Yeah, I know, but the Manmire. Do you remember people thought like the theory that people had thought the Manmire? That's why Bungie and Frankie are Manmire. Because
Yeah.
because I have blue hair, and I said, yeah, well, Vivi's not a
Um,
Myanmar, and she has blue hair.
Yeah. Next is Usopp lifts Ragnar. I really think this could happen. This is the free space. This was the one that I was like, I'm taking another free space. Loki's devil fruit reveal. We know we're gonna be getting that very soon, probably.
No, listen. For your defense, I will say this: you wrote this like 3 weeks ago. No, your bingo. For your defense, so I do think it came out before the recent chapter. So for your defense, you know, it's a free space, but you wrote it before we got the chapter where we saw him in that weird form.
Yeah, that is true.
So we didn't get
Exactly.
So for your defense, you didn't write it afterwards. I will defend you with that.
Emu face reveal. We've talked about this several times. Law returns. Just in some capacity, I think we're going to see Law again this year. Luffy flips Gunko. So I put this down here, but I really think it's not going to be a flip as much as he's going to get her out of whatever contract that she's in with Emu. And maybe be able to stabilize her so that she doesn't get sucked away like Saturn did. But yeah, I would really love to see Luffy save Gunko from whatever spell that Emu has removed. What up, Gross Stonks? Haven't seen you in the chat in a minute. Hope you're doing good, homie. Stonks,
man.
we love
Happy
Stonks
New Year,
around
bro.
here.
It's been way too long, bro.
And the last square on my list is Joy Boy reveal. I think we're going to get some more information on Joy Boy. Maybe even a face reveal. I don't want to get too hopeful on that, but it is possible.
You know my thing. After this flashback, I think that because of what Emmett has said about Joy Boy and what Davy Jones, what Xebek said about Davy Jones, I think they were brothers.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm starting to believe that. I think they were brothers. So yeah, I think they're inkling to that family line.
Yeah, I definitely could see it. But yeah, guys, that is all of the bingo cards this year. We've come and gone through them. What do you think, Cube? Whose was your favorite? You don't have to choose a favorite. You're like,
I'm not trying to think. No, I'm trying to think at all the different ones. I think Ziggy had some good ones.
I think
there were many of them where I liked some of them, but I think, yeah, Ziggy, I think I'm looking back at it. Yeah, Ziggy had the most interesting one because it was like, it was more tailored to, you know, what could be possible. Because a lot of the other people had it a bit of everywhere. I think Ziggy was well, you know, like contained to a certain part.
Sly and Jacoby probably gave me the most takes that I agreed with, if that makes sense. Kush and Dexter both made me laugh a lot. Which is not saying that they're bad bingo cards at all, but they made me laugh more, which some of those predictions, if they come true, will make me laugh in real life as well.
No, I won't lie. I have to say this to Dexter. Were you drinking Green Fairy when you wrote it? Because some of them are really interesting. I don't know how you come up with those ones.
Right. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching and being here with us. It's not very often we get to do these fun little streams anymore. With my real life stuff being so hard, and cubes as well. I pointed the wrong way on accident. But it's always a blessing that when we do get to do these things, we have such a strong community that you guys still show up and pop off for them. Thank you guys for being in the chat today. We love all of you. We will be trying to do some more One Piece centric side streams like we used to do back in the day on the TED and TLA channels here again soon. It's been a little bit hard, but my schedule is clearing up, so we'll see. We'll be seeing very soon. But yeah, Cube, you want to say goodbye to the people before we go?
Yeah, guys, listen. It was a great time to do bingo. Like I said, it's once a year, so it's always fun to do the stream. And yeah, and we'll talk to you guys this weekend for chapter 1172.
1172.
Yeah, 1172 because the break week is over. So
yes, exactly. Yes, we will see you Saturday here, probably around 3 p.m. to read and discuss 1172 of One Piece. We will see you guys later. And of course, as always, more importantly than anything else that Cube or I said within this stream, we want you to have a wonderful, wonderful night.